to several stores and bought a crib, sheets, clothes and things that babies need. When we got home, we tidied up the baby's room and went to bed exhausted but full of excitement, knowing that the next day we would be holding our son for the first time. Because he was very excited, I woke up in the night and couldn't go back to sleep. I think it was about 4 in the morning when I woke up. The 15th of April 2011. 19.39. 58-1. The big day had arrived. In a few hours we would be bringing the baby to our house. I started writing for a while and then I started reading. I decided to read from my Bible before trying to sleep a little longer. I almost never open the Bible wherever it falls and start reading. I prefer to read chapter by chapter. But this time I opened my Bible and read John chapter 14. I read the first 4 verses and I felt filled with the Spirit. It was one of those times when my understanding opened up and I was able to see things in my mind that I had never understood before. They were not my own thoughts, it was a gift from God. I could clearly see what was at the heart of these verses. I am not a person who cries a lot like all men, but I felt so full of spirit that I had no choice but to cry. This was one of the most spiritually powerful experiences I have ever had in my entire life. It is in these verses Jesus says, "Let not his heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe in me too. In my Father's house there are many rooms. If it weren't like that, I would have already told them. So I am going to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and take you with me, so that where I am, you may be also. And you know where I am going, and you know the way." St. John 14, 1-4 RVC. There are some translations of the Bible that say that God is preparing mansions. Other translations say that he is preparing a room. Chamber means room or place in the Father's house. People prefer to think of mansions because it seems better. But after the experience I had that day at 4 in the morning, I will forever think that the correct translation is room or room. He then explained to them what the Holy Spirit revealed to me at that moment. As you well know, children are expensive. Instead of spending all that money on raising a child, we could have given that money to the state or the agency and told them, "Here's the money, you take care of it." But we did what any parent would do. We did something with much more meaning. We prepared a room for the baby, went to pick him up and brought him to our house. We were there to tell him, "I want you to come live in my house." You see, we just prepared a room in our house for this wonderful baby. In the same way, God has prepared a room for you in his house. We cannot possibly be carried away by thoughts that there are mansions and streets of gold in heaven. All of this is nothing compared to the fact that God himself was so excited about you and your salvation that he went to prepare a room for you in his house. The most amazing thing about all of this is that God